Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, we are from group 5. Today we are going to present about structural approach. Our group members are Diva Ayu Ramadhani, Firna Iranda, Wanda Arifin. The background of structural approach. Structuralism was marked and bloomed in the 1950 and 1960. The silence of it was the Swiss linguist Ferdinand de Saussure, 1857-1913. He, instead of highlighting the historical development of language, chose to consider it in a temporal term as a system of differentiated signs which could have to mean within the system of which they were part. So what is structuralism? Structuralism is theory approaches of literary text that emphasize the role of relation between the various elements of text. The elements only get the meaning in the relation, either relations association of relation of opposition. Hartoko, 1986, page number 135 and 136. Okay, the next will be continued by Diva Ayu.
On the fourth slide, according to Saussure, quoted in Terry Eagleton's Literary Theory, 1996, language is a system of signs which was to be studied synchronically, that is to say, studied as a complete system at a given point of time, rather than diachronically in its historical development. Each sign was to be seen as being made up of a signifier, second image or its graphic equivalent, and as signified the concept of meaning. Next, the function of structuralism. Structuralism analyzes material by examining underlying structures, such as characterization or plot, and attempted to show how these patterns were universal and could thus be used to develop general conclusions about both individual works and the systems from which they emerge. Next slide, conception and criteria of structural approach. Riswandi and Titin Kusmini put forward the conception and criteria in the structural approach, which are as follows. Literary works are seen and treated as something that stands alone. Provide an assessment of the compatibility of all components that make up the overall structure. This approach requires an objective analysis so that it is necessary to study or examine every element contained in the literary work. Trying to be fair to literary works by only analyzing literary works without involving things outside of it. The content in the structure is a matter of thought, philosophy, story, center of storytelling, theme, while the form, namely plot, writing language, and figurative device as a written work. And last, researchers may conduct an analysis of the selected components. The next slide will be explained by Firna Iranda.
And the seventh slide is about structure of structuralism. Structuralists relate literary text to a larger structure. This larger structure can refer to A. A series of intertextual connections, B. A particular genre, C. Recurrent patterns or motifs, D. A model of universal narrative structure. And in the next slide is about strengths and the weakness of structural approaches. Strengths of structural approaches that is included: A. Provide opportunities to conduct a more detailed and in-depth literary study. B. Trying to see literature as a literary work by only questioning what is inside of him. B. Objective and analytical analysis gives a lot of feedback to the writer and encourages the writer to be careful and thorough in the writing. For the weakness of structural approaches, that is included: A. Analysis tends to cause aesthetic problems to be sacrificed. B. More synchronic than diachronic, more suitable for analysis of literary works over time. C. Requires the support of in-depth theoretical knowledge to talk more deeply about the aspects that build literary works. And the last is putting aside the socio-cultural constellation, even though literature is something that exists and is born in a cultural constellations. And in the next slide is about the example of structural approaches. First, West Side Story didn't write anything really new because their work has the same structure as Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. In both texts, a girl and a boy fall in love. And the second is there is considerable similarity between structural literary theory and Northrop Frye's archetypical criticism, which is also indebted to the anthropological study of myths. And the last is some critics have also tried to apply the theory to individual works, but the effort to find unique structures in individual literary works runs counter to the structuralist program and has an affinity with new criticism.
I think that's all for the presentation. If you have any question, please tell us in the comment section. Thank you.